Today's Sunday, March 17th, and this is a review of a stock that I found on the Philippine Stock Exchange. The company is called Bloomberry Resorts Corporation. Ticker symbol is Bloom, B-L-O-O-M. And per the Philippine Stock Exchange, the stock ended Friday at 11 pesos and 56 cents. Which is approximately 21 cents US dollar. So this stock hit my watch list. It's a global watch list, and based on a scenario and hypothetical, I thought I'd take a look at it. So right now, what this is switching over to the profile section. Having gone through this a little while ago, this is resorts and hotels, and there's a whole history. I was surprised to see that this stock was originally listed on the U.S. Stock Exchange per SEC here as what it's reported. But with all that set aside, I just want to focus on a chart. So again, I was reviewing this chart a little while ago, and what I did was I went ahead and placed or marked up this chart at the daily time frame. I've identified 3 local support and resistance levels. First being 958, second is 1065, and the most relevant is 1181. So we can see here that as price was trending to the upside, early 2023, price had a difficult time breaking above 958. Multiple attempts and touch points. There was some success here, but the market sold off, pushing price back below this support resistance level of 958. Subsequently, price broke above that with success to the point that it broke above this 1065 support resistance level. And again, at the time when this price broke above, this support resistance level wasn't really there. It wasn't valid because this is a new high at that point. But anyway, looking back at it, this is what I've marked up. So here we have price right now sitting at 1158 resistance, and we can see that Friday there was a strong push to the upside, and price sold off heading into the close. It just sold off, and we see this long wick. So what I did was, just to help me navigate through this, I'm using this tool right here. This is the Gann fan. So using this opening price from what is this, January 18th. I'm using that as the anchor point for the Gann fan, considering that that was the candlestick that started this whole uptrend or recent uptrend. And based on this specific placement, the first gray line or band is acting as resistance. The red is acting as support. The dotted line is actually the center point between these two support resistance levels. And we can see here that as price was trending on at the onset, it was respecting the solid gray and dotted line. So much so to the point that after price fell below the dotted line, price literally just went sideways. At this point, price literally just went sideways. And what's striking or standing out right now is that if this red support line stays valid, there is a crossover coming up around March 27th, where this red support line crosses over a strong resistance line. So at that point, I'm anticipating that price is going to get squeezed at some point, and heading into the apex of this crossover, price will either, or the market's going to say it wants to break higher for a continuation of this uptrend, or price is going to get rejected, possibly leading for price coming right back down to retest 1065. That is the worst case scenario. A doomsday scenario would be price breaking below and subsequently retesting 958 at support. So that is a long-term outlook, but on the short term, the focus again is this potential crossover that's scheduled to be on or around March 27th. We have that crossover right here, the red crossing over the diagonal red crossing over the horizontal resistance level. So what I did was, just to help me navigate through this again, is that I had overlaid another tool, which is this Fibonacci wedge. I think these two indicators or tools help each other or complement each other. So using the same January 18th as a anchor point, because again, this is the date that started this whole uptrend. If I follow the support level and widen this accordingly and shift this down to this band right here, this band is acting as resistance because I want this band to be at the top of the body, not the top of the wick. So that's where I'm placing it. And if I zoom in just a little bit and freeform, right? So the one is acting as another layer of resistance. So if I'm just going to be picky, I think that's fine. Yeah, so if this one holds true, then the actual crossover isn't going to be at the actual apex where price crosses off. The probability is that if price comes down, I don't know why it keeps doing that. So we have a second potential date of a crossover scheduled for March 19th. So I'm speculating that if price is going to get rejected, which I think price will be, because price has been having a difficult time. It has that chance of breaking to the upside, but I just don't see it. I think everything from what I'm looking at, I think the trend will reverse itself, come back down. So there is that probability that price is going to fade to the downside, possibly between March 19th and definitely before March 27th. So yeah, so I think that's the short-term outlook. And again, if price does come down, I'll be looking at 1065 as the first test of support. Again, that's the worst case scenario. The doomsday scenario, again, is price consolidates and then has a second leg lower back down to 958. But only time will tell. But that's my assessment of Bloom heading into the end of March. So only time will tell. And until the next setup, I'll do a follow-up, see where this goes. Again, this is all based on hypotheticals. Nothing. I should be, I'm not trading this. I can't trade this. But this is something that appeared on my watch list. So I thought I'd give it a look on a foreign security. So I'll see you.